everybody, it's Chris Seeds, Wootini over at GayGamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. This week I want to start off by bitching again. I know, I did that last week, but I have a good reason to bitch. This past week, the second episode of Game of Thrones from Telltale Games was released, and if you read my review on GayGamer.net, you would know that while I'm still enjoying the series, although it's having some problems, you know, with the story and all, for me, the main problem that I had with this second episode was that, for whatever reason, all of the choices that I made in episode 1 did not actually carry over into episode 2. Now, the problem is that there's the previously on Game of Thrones segment that launches the episode that covers the stuff that happened in episode 1. And I feel like I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I feel like I was like, oh, that doesn't actually look quite right, but whatever. And then I'm playing through, and it wasn't until, I was probably a good halfway through episode 2 before I suddenly realized, I'm like, wait, that's not right. Because a character was in a position that they should not have been because I gave that position to another character in the first episode. So this is like the default or something, I don't know, but I was like, wait, that's not right, what's going on? But I was already too wrapped up in this episode to really, you know, care. And then at the end, towards the end, someone makes a reference to an event that happened in the first episode, and I'm like, no, that did not happen in the first episode, it happened a different way. So I suddenly realized that's not cool. And I've gone online and on the Telltale boards, and apparently this is an issue for quite a few people. I'm not sure if it's only on the Xbox One, because I feel like I've seen other people with like a PS3 or something complaining about it too. But apparently there's some kind of a bug where your choices are not carrying over from episode 1 to 2, which, since Telltale Games are all about making difficult choices and then dealing with the consequences of those choices, having those choices not carry over from episode to episode pretty much defeats the entire purpose of playing a Telltale game. Yeah, like, it's frustrating. And I also, for whatever reason, in the main menu, there's supposed to be a My Choices tab where you can compare your choices to what everyone else did. You know, it'll say, you and only 15% did this really nice thing. Everyone else was a complete horrible monster. And you can feel better or worse about yourself depending on what the percentages, how they turn out. After the first episode, I noticed I didn't see that. And it wasn't in the main menu, and it didn't give me my choices at the end of the episode like the other games do. And I thought, oh, that's weird. Well, it just must be a glitch, whatever. But then my choices didn't carry into the second episode, and at the end of the second episode, I got a screen saying, hey, you know, now compare your choices. But when I pressed A to hit OK, I just got the end credits again. And I'm like, okay. And I wait until the end credits, and it's still not at the end of the end credits. It's just back to the main menu. And there's supposed to be a choice on the main menu, but I can't find it, and I don't know where it is. And I think it's supposed to be on the main menu, not like hidden in a sub-menu. Because I've gone into the sub-menus, and I still don't see it there. So I'm thinking that Game of Thrones might be a little bit broken. So if you can play it on something other than an Xbox One, you should, because it seems to be a little bit broken on the Xbox One, and maybe it's not as broken on other consoles. But, yeah. So that's not cool. And that's pretty much the only new game that I played this week. I will say, I've been wanting to mention this because I did buy this like a month ago probably, and I haven't talked about it because I literally played it for like 10 or 15 minutes and I have not gone back to it. But there was a sale on the PlayStation Network, and I purchased Final Fantasy VIII. Because I had played Final Fantasy VII, and then I didn't play anything again until Final Fantasy X. So I missed 8 and 9. And looking at 8 and 9, the visual style of 8, which was, you know, the quasi-futuristic fantasy stuff, that the visual design of 8 appealed to me more than 9, which was all kind of cutesy, fantasy, straightforward fantasy stuff. So I thought I would try 8. But the game does not really have a very good tutorial, as it turns out. I downloaded the PlayStation game to play on my Vita, and I tried, and it's kind of impenetrable. Like, I don't understand how the combat's working, it doesn't walk you through anything, and I'm just like, ah. So I put it down, and I'll just, like, go on GameFAQs or something and see if I can read, like, a little tutorial walkthrough thing or something that'll maybe help me figure it out a little better so that I can actually play it. But I just, you know, because I would like to try it, because I don't want to have wasted the $5, because that would be stupid. Yeah, so I think I might have made the wrong choice picking 8, but we'll see. I keep meaning to go back to it, but it was so obnoxious that I just don't want to. So I may have wasted $5. Oh well, what are you gonna do? And of course, I am still playing Dragon Age. I'm up to level 11, and I feel like I haven't done a lot of the, like, story progressing missions, because I get kind of bogged down in doing all of the little side things, which is just, that's me, that's how I play these kinds of games. I always get distracted trying to collect all the little things and do all the little side things. But in the case of an RPG, it's actually really helpful, because it means that I can level up. Like, I'm doing all this extra stuff and fighting all these extra enemies, which is bringing my level up, and that way, when I get to a boss or something, I will be the appropriate level to fight it and be able to beat it. I still haven't had to use the tactical camera yet, which is super exciting for me. Everyone seems to be able to handle their own. My current team, I got the achievement for collecting all of the possible teammates, so I guess I've got everybody to pick from now. But I'm sticking with Dorian, Cole, Iron Bull, because I want Iron Bull because I need a good warrior who's going to kick ass while I stand in the back and shoot my bow and arrow. And then I want Dorian because, well, he's Dorian, and he's awesome, so yeah. And he's funny. Like, Solus is kind of a wet blanket, and Vivienne is kind of a bitch, so I went with Dorian as my go-to mage. And I picked Cole because Sarah is completely irritating, and I cannot stand her. Like, even during, like, when you're in the home base and you're just going around talking to people and updating their stories and stuff, I don't even like talking to her because she's so irritating. And I don't want Varric because I'm an archer, so he's kind of redundant. I'd rather have Cole because I've made him the blade guy, and he's all with the blades and daggers, so it just adds a little variety, so we got a little everything in the party. That's it. Like, I'm still loving it. It's still really a lot of fun, and my husband just makes fun of me because he's like, go on, play your game, you know you want to, and I'm like, I can take the TV, yay, you know, because I don't want to hog the TV playing Dragon Age all the time, because I probably would. And thank God that I actually have a day job, and that I need to sleep at night, because otherwise, I might be finished with it by now. But yeah, it's super fun, and, oh, I have a question for anyone playing Dragon Age. My inventory is too small. I already got the extra Inquisition perk to enlarge my inventory, and I have to look to see if there's the ability to enlarge it even further, because I can hold 75 items, and I'm wondering, is there a way, like, at your stronghold to, like, store items in storage, and not on your personal inventory? Because my personal inventory keeps filling up. Every time I go on a mission, towards the end of it, I filled up because I collect everything. And I feel like I wish there was some of the items that I'm collecting are armor and weapons that I can't use yet because I'm not that level. And I don't want to lose those, because I want to use them when I do reach that level. But I just like to store them instead of having to carry them around with me and take up inventory space. But I haven't seen anything that would let me transfer to some kind of storage. I'm guessing there probably isn't, because the game's been pretty good about not hiding things like that. But if you have any tips on inventory management, I will greatly appreciate it. Until then, I will see you next week. Bye!